Well, guys, Verdier back again to talk about the 2020 Corolla. A certain individual who will remain anonymous until the end of this message, in which case I will give him crap, reminded me that I said a lot about the car. However, I didn't mention anything about its performance. Talked about the handling a little and so forth, but I didn't say much about performance, and he's quite correct. I did forget this. Before I get that, one thing I also forgot to tell you is I tried the voice recognition on the car, only a few commands, and it worked very well. In my opinion, better than the Honda. I'm not too happy with the way the Honda does its voice recognition. The Toyota seemed to definitely be better, but that's rather short term. About the performance. It's a little bit harder for me to remember exactly, but I do remember one thing very much significant about this car. It does have reasonable pickup and go. I can't speak as far as how it compares to a modern Prius. It's been a while since I've driven the modern Prius. So about a year ago, and I can't remember how that was. But it did accelerate reasonably well. As fast as an Insight, I'm not sure. Can't tell you for sure. It might be similar. The big problem that I noticed with this car, as far as its acceleration, I told you the handling it's a lot of body roll. But as far as acceleration is concerned, the big problem is a similar problem I have with my Ford Fusion Energy. Now, the Ford Fusion Energy is a bit bigger than the Honda Insight, but it also has about 180 horsepower versus 151, which is a significant bump. And the Ford Fusion actually moves pretty fast, pretty quickly. I mean, it's nothing special, but it's got some speed to it. Even in electric mode, especially not even a special electric, even in electric mode. However, due to the softer feeling suspension of the Corolla, and this is how I describe it, because it's the same on the Ford Fusion, with the softer suspension and the fact that you're higher up, you don't feel this acceleration in the same way you feel it in, say, the Honda Insight. The Honda Insight is very exciting. The Corolla is not. Even when you're gunning it, it's not. It is quieter, a lot quieter. In fact, my Honda is a little too. I can deal with the droning in sport mode when you're really gunning it, and I love my car, but it's very loud, and the Corolla was much quieter. But you don't feel the acceleration in the Corolla, and you don't notice it as much. It's more of a type of acceleration that I noticed with my Ford, in which case you look down at the speedometer and you say, whoa, I'm a lot faster than I expected to be while accelerating quickly. And that's exactly the best way I can speak for its performance. I did try different modes, but I didn't really go heavy duty into them. I didn't notice a big difference. I'm sure there was, but I didn't really notice a big difference. But performance-wise, this is not really a fun car. I think you could beef it up a little, but that's not really what this is. And that's where the Insight really shines way above and beyond. The Insight, with its lower stance, its better handling feel, and its better sense of acceleration is just hands down better in that aspect. Do I feel the Corolla is going to leave you wanting? No, I think it can pass cars very well. I think it's got plenty of power. I don't think it's super powered, but it felt reasonably powered. It got up in acceleration, especially in the lower end band, like the Honda Insight. It got up to acceleration quickly. I did not feel in any kind of danger driving this car, as far as that's concerned. So I just wanted to let in that little addendum that it was pointed out to me in the comments that I had forgotten, that I even mentioned the performance. My apologies for that. I'm sure any of you who have watched my videos for any extended period of time know that I actually have brain damage of some kind. It was caused by medications I took through my life, and it's kind of caused it very difficult. I have aphasia, essentially, and I forget things, and I forget names and nouns and pronouns and stuff. It's very weird. Very weird. So, I hope you're happy now, Steve. I've answered your question, and I hope you feel better. I haven't heard from you recently, but Steve is very good about keeping me on my toes about telling me things, which I do appreciate, and I appreciate all comments. Even comments that say, you know what? You're a fat, ugly dude, Verdier. We think you're ugly. And this is driving me berserk. But whatever. I've had zits all my life, and I can't keep my hands away from scratching. there is my addendum on it. I hope it answers your question, Steve, and I hope it answers any other questions that people had. My apologies. I should have had it in the original review. It was long, much longer than I expected. It was much harder to put together because I didn't get a lot of video on it. So I hope you found it all helpful. Take care, and good morning, and I hope I get enough sleep before I go to work. I'm going to be a zombie. Take care, guys.